former Congressman Martin Frost, a Texas Democrat, a former member of House leadership, to talk about all these issues around debt and more. And Mr. Frost, we have seen over the last couple of days the administration turn its crosshairs to S&P. What do you make of that strategy, and how do you think the White House should be handling the fallout from Friday's news?
Well, it's okay for them to talk about it for a little while, but I think they ought to move beyond that now. It sounds a little bit like sour grapes if the president keeps dwelling on that, and I hope he won't do that when he speaks to the country in about an hour.
Now, the next thing that we're going to be doing here in Washington is appointing the super committee to solve all of our problems. They have a lot of, cards in their deck. There's the Bowles Commission, there's the Rivlin-Domenici Commission, all these commissions that have happened before. How can this one succeed where all those other ones have failed?
It can only succeed if the congressional leadership in both parties will appoint people who aren't locked into one position. Appoint people who have some flexibility. I would hope that the Republicans wouldn't put 6 people on who won't agree to any consideration of revenues. I know they need to talk about that, but let's hope they come up with 1 or 2 independent-minded people. And on the Democrats' side, I think that they've got to put people on who are willing to think broadly. For example, you were taking some nominees. If I were nominating, I would nominate Senator Warner from Virginia. I think he would be a very good choice for Senate Democrats. Whether they'll put someone that independent on, I don't know. I think Senator Coburn from Oklahoma would be a great choice for Republicans, but I don't know they'll do that either. We will have a pretty good indication once these people are named, and they have to be named by the 16th of this month, as to if there's any chance for an agreement.
All right, that's your dream team among current senators, indeed. Now, you made an interesting point in an op-ed that you published recently in Politico, pointing to some of the emerging voices in the Democratic Party, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, as well as Chris Van Hollen, a younger generation of Democrats. What's your sense of the strategy here in putting forward some of these folks with a little less gray hair to be spokespeople for the party? Well,
I think that this is probably a conscious strategy on the part of Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, and Congressman Jim Clyburn from South Carolina. All 3 of those are over 70 years old. Now, they're still in control of House Democrats. They haven't lost any of their power. But I think it's very helpful to put forward younger people. Chris Van Hollen, who's the ranking member on the Budget Committee, Steve Israel, who's the chairman of the DCCC, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. They're a generation younger than the other leaders. And I think that's helpful because independents in this country are going to make the difference in this next election. And people, senior citizens, will be fought out on the issues of Medicare and Social Security. Younger people probably will continue to stay with President Obama. But it's the people in the age range of about 35 to 60 who are going to determine this election. And it's helpful to have folks that they can identify with. They may not identify with them on every single issue, but at least they're closer to them in age, and they're good spokespeople. They do a very good job for the party, I believe.
Okay, one last thought here. What are your chances? What is the chance that this super committee comes up with something, and who is going to be that main swing vote? Is it going to be a Republican or a Democrat that's going to be the swing vote on that super committee?
It has to be a rogue elephant. It has to be one of the 3 Republicans appointed by McConnell. Whether he'll appoint anyone who will cast the 7th vote is another matter. But I would say that the chances of this committee succeeding are probably a little bit less than 50-50 right now. There is a big issue about automatic cuts in defense that go into effect if this committee doesn't yield anything.
Congressman Martin Frost, thanks a lot.
All right, Congressman Martin Frost, former Congressman Frost of Texas. We really appreciate you being with here. We'll keep an eye out for rogue elephants. That's something for the hunting season to keep us in mind over the next couple of months.
New Twitter hashtag.
That's right, rogue elephants. We want to keep hearing about your debt dream team. This was a lot of fun. Moses is an intriguing choice, though. I like that. Yeah. Twitter.com/Rick Klein, Twitter.com/ZByronWolf. Thanks.